Beam to the men's pommel horse.
Here we are, 14 for Eliza Meneghini. You're right, Craig. The beam is the one where the merest hesitation can cause a problem. I like this, look, straight backward roll. The gymnasts actually have to do several elements low to the beam, even if it's just dance, but they do have to spend some time low to the beam. Here we are, flip, straight back somersault. Now that was a very nice change leg with a half turn. Cleanly round with the feet. Strong free walkover. Very precise in all her movements. Every moment choreographed. She knows exactly where every finger should be at every moment of the routine. Nice light travelling movements. Gymnasts, of course, have to show elements that go backwards and forwards and sideways. Here we go, 1, 2, lovely big double pike dismount. Now that routine really didn't have a flicker, did it?
That was fantastic performance there. Nailed every element and great dance, great execution in the leaps, the height of the legs, showing great flexibility. Lovely little start at the beginning, Christine. I love that little backward roll over there. Just shows a little bit of flair and originality.
There's after each Olympics, the judging is revamped a little bit, and this time they're asking to see much more fluency in the dance area. Eliza Hammermehl from Austria.
5.2 difficulty on the vault. Forward entry. A full twist in Sukahara. The first one we've seen today. Strikes the top of the vault, blocks off, full twist, and lands slightly off centre, but nothing to worry about, and executed pretty good.
Pretty well. 13.933. Lacks a little bit of height. Usually the Sukahara entry, the half turn on, lacks a little of height. And here we have our first chance to look at Charlie Fellows and see the Union flag on the back of her leotard.
13.1 in qualification. Coach will be there with her, just making sure that the bars are ready. They're Claire Duffy.
Yeah, she's at Liverpool Gymnastic Club, as Hannah was saying, training with Hannah. Big new bar routine this for Charlie. Lots of difficulty. Hits a very good first handstand and lovely Shaposhnika up to the top bar to the low. Hits the handstand well, back up to the high bar, so she's fulfilled some of her requirements already. Super Ginger somersault. Another good handstand. Turn and into the invert swing. The gymnasts have to show 2 different grips. That's her second grip, lovely half out. This is a big combination, the half turn into the toe on and Kachev. Difficult work. Full pirouette, just a little bit offline. Lovely swing half turn. Watch out for the dismount. She's winding up there. Kicks high, super double straight. That was a very good start for Charlie Fellows.
Fantastic performance there. Such maturity in that routine, and great transition between the top bar and the low bar, and back up to the top. Big release and catch, as we can see there. Look at this. Hecht up to the top bar, catching, extending out into the upstart, winding up for a big dismount. I mean, this is a big dismount for the girls, a double layout, and spots are landing very well. Very mature performance.
Very nicely, and we had a quick shot of Becky Downey supporting her. Becky, of course, is in the bars final later in the weekend, and Diana Bullimar, 14.4. So they obviously deducted a little bit for lack of artistry.
Yeah, 0.4 behind a teammate, but the Romanians so far leading the field.
We obviously got a little problem with the music here. Julia Steingruber from Switzerland renowned vaulter, but here she is on the floor exercise.
What a big tumble. Full twisting double straight for an opener. Great power. And coming back the other way, and another double layout.
Super high, full turning jump as well.
Third tumble, round off flick, double twist, intermediate jump. Final pass, round off flick, double pipe back, step forward. Cracking routine with the tumbles there.
Really impressive first tumble, as difficult as you'll see from any of the gymnasts here today. Double straight with full twist. That was really very impressive, and super leaps as well in the first part.
Brilliant. If we just watch again here, really strong setup, full twisting double back straight. And if we remember from the morning competition, we didn't see many of the guys doing that. So really powerful tumbling. And then as you can see, coming back this way, there you go, full twist, double back straight, a little bit loose in the legs, but at that speed you won't be able to see, and we're going to let her off with a powerful tumble like that. And then picking up there into the double pipe back, little step forward to finish, great tumbling.
Now, I'm quite interested that these gymnasts, we've worked a lot in Great Britain on the corners of the gymnasts working into the corner and straight out. Now, they're mostly just standing instead of on 2 foot, on 1 foot, and they're paying absolute lip service to it. Here we are, Charlie Fellows, 13.2, a little bit up on her qualification score, so that's great.
Yeah, very interesting how the judges will interpret the pause in the corner of not being allowed anymore.
They're only 0.1 deductions, but, you know, if you do that 3 times, that's 0.3. So it'll be interesting to see. It's the first major championships with these new rules.
Maybe be a little bit harsher in the apparatus final.
We will see, we will see. So the gymnasts now move round to the next apparatus, where they'll get a warm-up, a quick warm-up to feel the apparatus. The gymnast from floor move to vault. And the vault to bars, it's a prescribed order, always go in that order. And it's quite a prescribed warm-up as well. Just 2 vaults allowed. The timer, and then you turn your difficult vault, or gymnast and coach will have decided on the strategy before they start.
So Julia Steingruber's score is in. If you like that routine, then you can see it again in the floor final. But this is how things stand after the first piece of apparatus then. So Jordache, unsurprisingly, is out in the lead ahead of Bullimar, Mustafina. Well, they're joint second, and then down in fourth, Claveren, and then the young Italian in fifth. And now she's just come through from the junior ranks. But let's carry on, and we'll talk about Ruby Harold. She's joint seventh now, 13.9, and then Charlie Fellows is in 16th. There you go. So yeah, the young Italian then just coming up through from the junior ranks there. Is it a massive step from the juniors through to the seniors when you're working with gymnasts that are still relatively pretty young?
Yeah, I mean, you know, she'll only just be 16 this year.
Yeah.
So, you know, senior debut, and you know, it's great for her to bring out that beam score. I mean, Italians are known for their great beam workers, so, you know, it's a good piece for her to start on.
Yeah, and a great settling start then for Ruby Harold. And of course for Charlie Fellows. It was interesting seeing Becky Downey, who turned up to do the bit of chalking on the bars, and you had that job, didn't you, for Beth?
Yeah, it's quite an important role as a teammate.
Yeah.
As Lewis was saying before, you know, you've got to get the bars right for your teammates.
Yeah. Do you feel any pressure in that, right? Is it because you said to me, come on, be honest, you said it's the worst job in the world.
Yeah, it's not the greatest job.
It should have slipped off.
Yeah, I want to get it right for my teammates.
So we can see here then that Ruby's going to be up on bars. Then I wonder if Becky will be back out to chalk up for her. But you should hope she do well on this piece.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this is one of Ruby's best pieces, so hopefully she'll get a good score for this.
Are you surprised at how well the girls are doing so far in this competition?
No, not at all. You know, they're all both very talented gymnasts. They've got, you know, a lot of potential, so
yeah,
to keep it up.
And we saw her look so confident really on bars, didn't she, Charlie, to start with? And now she's moving over to beam. Obviously, it's a little bit shaky. We heard Craig in commentary compare beam to pommel horse, but obviously it's something that you obviously quite thrive in that situation.
Yeah, I mean, you know, pommel horse is a very nerve-wracking piece, and I'm sure beam is the equivalent. You know, she just needs to enjoy herself. You know, so probably her first major competition.
Yeah.
So she just needs to go out there, enjoy it. You know, don't worry about the stress. Use the vibe that the boys have set, you know, early on in the competition, and just get on with it.
Yeah, and some of the top guns, the big guns going on the floor next. I mean, is this a piece of apparatus that you particularly enjoy performing, Hannah? I mean, obviously you've got the music, get the crowd behind you, all that kind of stuff. Although it has to be said, it doesn't look like there's that many people there.
It's definitely one of my favourite pieces to perform. You know, you get a bit of personality out in your routines, and with the new code now, artistry is a lot more prominent, so it'll be interesting to see what gymnasts have changed about their routines to make it a bit more of a performance.
OK, well, it looks like the warm-up time is over, so let's rejoin Christine Still and Craig Heat in the commentary box.
Well, you can see Julia Steinhuber having her legs worked on there. She's got a vault next, which is her big piece.
Sound for the gymnasts, the end of the warm-up.
Oksana Popanedescu from Spain, their best gymnast in this competition.
Little fall out of the spin there. She works into the corner, prepares for her first tumble. Falling back out with plenty of room. Into the corner, prepares for the second. Round off, whip, 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 flick, flick, double tuck.
Change leg ring and the change leg half, the series of leaps you have to include. Good effort at the double spin.
There's for the third tumble. Round up flick, 2.5 twist, punch front, very clean. Straight back into the dance part of the routine. Round up flick, double pike, slight hop back.
Very powerful gymnast. You can see from her tumbling, she's almost so powerful that she struggles to harness it. I mean, she didn't barely get halfway across the floor area before she'd done the full twisting double back in that first tumble. She really is very powerful.
Yes, it's very rare that you see so many flicks and whips in a combination there. We saw, look, whip, whip, flick, flick, double tuck, and she still had plenty of room left in the floor.
And of course, there's the bonus for linking elements like that. Bonuses are only really 0.1s and 0.2s, but they do add up quite well. You could see how she just kicked out of the tuck front there.
Absolutely, 2.5 twists wrapped in nice and tight, and then finishes with the double pike. Very clean and solid routine with that performance.